Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to Government House. My name is Hugh Borroman. I have the honour to be the Official Secretary to Her Excellency the Governor, and I will be the Master of Ceremonies. As we start, could I please ask that you put your mobile phones to silent? We do also ask there's no photography during the ceremony itself. There will be plenty of opportunity afterwards to take photos with the Governor, with your family and friends anywhere in Government House, and of course we have an official photographer as well. The event is also being live streamed and you'll be able to view it on our YouTube channel essentially from the conclusion of the ceremony. Before we start, can I ask you to join me in thanking able seaman Nick Southcott of the Royal Australian Navy for the provision of the music this afternoon. This is the third of 6 ceremonies to present Australian honours and bravery decorations, most of which were announced on Australia Day earlier this year. I will now announce the official party. They are the Honourable Nat Cook, Minister for Human Services, representing the Premier; Mr Jack Batty, MP, Shadow Assistant Minister for the Environment and Heritage, representing the Leader of the Opposition; Commander Alex Ward, representing the Commanding Officer, HMAS Encounter; Colonel Adam Hay, representing the Army Area Representative South Australia; Air Commodore Tim Alsop, representing the Senior Australian Defence Force Officer, Edinburgh Precinct; and Assistant Commissioner Simon Watkins, representing the Commissioner of Police. If you are able, can I ask you please to rise for the arrival of Her Excellency the Governor and Mr Bunton, and to stay standing for the playing of the Vice-Regal Salute.
Everyone. Gana Borgana Alia, Gana Miana Alia, Yaichimina Alia Kumatana Yartananku. I acknowledge that the land we're meeting on this afternoon is the traditional land of the Kaurna people, and I pay my respects to the elders. Welcome everyone. It's such a pleasure to have you here this afternoon. Rod and I are very much of the view that Government House is a house for all South Australians, and although it can look a bit grand, and it is, we very much want you to feel comfortable this afternoon, and not just you people, but if I could also mention that we have with us today 2 wonderful guide dogs, Viking and Maple, and Dr. David Squirrel, about whom we will hear more later, is here with Viking and told me earlier that this is Viking's last day on the job. So it's a very special day for David, for his family. I've got to say Viking looks terribly relaxed. It's just sort of rolled over. Anyway, back to the point of all of this, obviously. I want to start by congratulating those I'm about to invest with their awards. And to those of you sitting here in front, you are the people, the recipients, love most, the people who have supported them to do what it is that they've done. And I very much hope that today will be a day for you to remember also. You'll know a great deal about the service of the person you're here to support. You'll know what is exceptional or outstanding about their service or achievements. But in the course of this afternoon, you will also come to hear about everybody else. And that all adds up to something quite extraordinary. When we do extraordinary things here in South Australia, and I think elsewhere in Australia, we want to have the people here who need to be here. That's all of you, but also it is the Honourable Nat Cook here representing the Premier. I think missing out on the all-important question time right now, Thank you for making that sacrifice, Minister. And also next to her is Jack Batty, representing the Leader of the Opposition. So it's great to have the two of you here, along with service chiefs and SAPOL leaders, as well as some special people who are very closely connected to the Order of Australia Awards. And I want to acknowledge Mr. Rick Morris, who's South Australia's representative on the Council for the Order of Australia, and Flavia Di Pasquale, who I think is up the back. Lovely to have you here, Flavia. OAM as a representative of the State Chair of the Order of Australia Association, SA. It's also extraordinary, though, because recipients of these awards don't normally, in fact, in my experience, always or never seek recognition. And in fact, with every one of these ceremonies, there's always someone who mentions afterwards that when they received the email or the letter, they really didn't think it could be true and they deleted it or threw it in the bin. And sometimes people even tell me that they showed it to their partner and they agreed it couldn't be for them either, and you know, that was it. So I'm not quite sure how the back end of all of this works, but I'm very pleased indeed that you are all here. Of course, you are only here because an Australian chose to nominate you, and I really want to encourage everyone here today, as you leave and over the coming weeks and months, to think about nominating other Australians for these awards. There are many, many deserving of recognition, including in South Australia, and this opportunity will only happen if people like you go to the website. It's not too hard. In fact, Canberra's tried to make it much, much easier over the last few years. So please take that away as a plea from me. And the final point I'd like to make is really to our recipients. You'll receive a medal today. I really want you to wear that with pride. Most days, the right thing to do, if you're wondering what to wear today, is to wear your insignia or pin. There'll be occasions, official occasions like this, when you'll wear your neck decoration. And there will be some occasions in the evening when you're wearing evening wear and it's the right kind of occasion when you can wear your miniatures. So it can sound a bit complicated at the beginning, but please do wear them. It lets other people know that you're a recipient of an award in the Order of Australia. It'll help me recognise you again too next time. All right, thank you very much, everyone. Over to my official secretary.
Your Excellency, the following recipient has been appointed an officer in the General Division of the Order of Australia. Mr. Bruce James Carter is recognised for distinguished service to business, to charitable organisations and to the community. During his long and esteemed career, Mr. Carter has been a staunch advocate for the state's people, businesses and industries. As Chair and Director of the Australian Submarine Corporation, he has played a crucial role in ensuring its long-term success. Mr. Carter has held a long list of private sector roles, including directorships at Crown Resorts, Badge Constructions, Udunda Farmers, Lavisa Holdings and the Bank of Queensland. He has also served as Chair of South Australian government organisations, including the Economic Development Board, Work Cover South Australia and the Premier's Climate Change Council. For more than 30 years, Mr. Carter has also spent time volunteering for the Heart Foundation in a bid to reduce the damage that heart disease does within the community, and he served as the organisation's state president for 6 years. His community contribution also extends to football, serving as a field umpire for the Adelaide Footy League for more than 20 years. Mr. Bruce James Carter. Your Excellency, the following recipients have been appointed members of the General Division of the Order of Australia. Ms. Bridget Ann Coombe is recognised for significant service to community health, particularly through advocacy to improve abortion care access. Ms. Coombe's commitment to comprehensive healthcare and equitable access to services has been a driving force in shaping policies and programs that empower individuals. The Flinders University nursing academic's journey to advocacy began 4 decades ago when she was working at a family planning clinic in the Northern Territory. Driven by a deep sense of compassion and justice for individuals seeking abortion care, Ms. Coombe has since worked tirelessly to dismantle barriers to access. In 2015, she co-convened the South Australian Abortion Action Coalition, comprising individuals and professional organisations with the aim of decriminalising abortion in South Australia. As the former director of the Pregnancy Advisory Centre, Ms. Coombe brought a wealth of experience and expertise to the forefront of reproductive healthcare. Additionally, as a board director of Shine SA, Ms. Coombe has had a pivotal role in advancing sexual and reproductive health education and advocacy across the state. Ms. Coombe continues to lobby for reproductive rights and is focused on the public provision of services and the development of a skilled and sustainable abortion provision workforce. Ms. Bridget Ann Coombe. Ms. Heather Ann Kroll is recognised for significant service to the performing arts as an administrator, advocate and filmmaker. Ms. Kroll's remarkable dedication as director of the Adelaide Fringe has propelled South Australia to new heights of artistic excellence and cultural vibrancy. Through her leadership, the Adelaide Fringe now attracts tens of thousands of visitors and generates significant economic growth for the state. Her successful venture to sell 1 million tickets for the Fringe in 2023 not only broke records but cemented Adelaide's reputation as a world-class destination for the arts. The feat was achieved again in 2024. Ms. Kroll's steadfast support of artists and creators has resulted in a vibrant and diverse arts community that fosters creativity, innovation and collaboration. Among her notable achievements is a commitment to expanding the reach of the festival outside Adelaide, democratising access to the arts and enriching the lives of regional communities. In addition to her work with the Fringe, Ms. Kroll has made significant contributions to the world of documentary filmmaking. Her films, produced for networks such as SBS, ABC and BBC, have shed light on important social issues and amplified diverse voices. In 2006, she was headhunted to serve as director of the Sheffield DocFest and expanded the 2-day event into a 5-day festival with a focus on providing creative practitioners with the tools to kickstart their careers. Ms. Heather Ann Kroll. Mr. Ashley Quinton Gore is recognised for significant service to the community through a range of roles. Mr. Gore's dedication to children's welfare and community development has left an indelible mark on countless individuals. His journey towards community service started during his 35-year career as a police officer, where he was moved to make a difference beyond his official duties. In 1990, while still serving as a police officer, Mr. Gore helped establish the Kiwanis Club of the Adelaide Hills, a transformative organisation dedicated to serving the needs of children. From educational programs, mentorship and recreational activities, the club's wide-ranging initiatives have helped empower children to reach their full potential. As a founding member of the Hills Action Club, Mr. Gore has also championed the rights and opportunities of individuals with disabilities and has helped foster a culture of inclusion within the Adelaide Hills community. Mr. Ashley Quinton Gore. Your Excellency, the following recipients have been awarded the medal in the General Division of the Order of Australia. Mr. George Albert Adler is recognised for service to the community through a range of organisations. Mr. Adler believes that volunteers are the cement that holds the community together, and his own contributions over 56 years ensures that is so. His first volunteer role was with the Adelaide University Regiment Citizens Military Forces, now known as the Army Reserve. Since then, his deep sense of service has seen him actively contributing to the Country Fire Service, St John Ambulance, the State Emergency Service, and EMT Ambulance. A founding member and current president of the Yankalilla and District Men's Shed, he also volunteers at the local residential care home. His dedicated and long-term service across many organisations has been recognised with several awards, including Burnside City Council Citizen of the Year and a ministerial commendation for meritorious and courageous action with the SA and Fire Emergency Services Commission. Mr. George Albert Adler. Mr. George Belperio is recognised for service to the Italian community of South Australia. A love of family, hospitality and giving back to others has defined Mr. Belperio's commitment to serving the community. As an entrepreneur and restaurateur, he started some of the early Italian restaurants in Adelaide, including co-founding the well-known Fasta Pasta with a national restaurant chain. Passionate about Australia and his Italian heritage, he has generally supported several charities and organisations, including Radio Italiana 531, of which he was awarded life membership. A former chair of Variety SA, he has helped steer the charity through COVID border closures, including helping to organise a bush bash car run within the state from Kingscote to the coast. In his 6-year role as Deputy Chair of the Industry Support Group of the Defence Reserve Support Council, he encouraged a significant number of hospitality and catering businesses to support their staff in becoming Defence Force reservists. Mr. George Belperio. Mr. Arch Boonen is recognised for service to the community through a range of roles. Behind any successful organisation are those who have the ability to bring people together and get things done with energy and hard work. One such person is Mr. Boonen, who has made notable contributions to the Rotary Club of Prospect, including serving as president twice. He is a founding member of the Dreamin Foundation, which was set up 21 years ago as a project of Rotary to support medical research, training of new surgeons, and the provision of medical care in countries where such expertise is scarce. Known for generously giving of his time, Mr. Boonen's active fundraising has enabled projects such as providing children in Vietnamese orphanages with access to physiotherapy, and for children in Tonga to be assessed for hearing loss. He is also recognised for his 29-year contribution to the Motor Traders Association of South Australia. Mr. Arch Boonen. Mr. Cyril David Koschel is recognised for service to the community through a range of organisations and to geophysics. From his early work as a geologist to his instrumental role in Rotary International's humanitarian work, Mr. Koschel embodies dedication, leadership and unwavering commitment to making a difference. Starting his career in Western Australia, he joined the South Australian Department of Mines in 1977, where he conducted surveys and environmental studies. Mr. Koschel evolved into a pivotal figure in the regulatory sphere and paved the way for more sustainable mining practices. Beyond his professional duties, Mr. Koschel was deeply involved in mentoring students and newcomers to the industry, enriching the collective knowledge base of the geophysics community. One of his most significant endeavours with Rotary was his role in the Donations in Kind program and the provision of surplus equipment from the old Royal Adelaide Hospital to medical facilities locally, nationally and internationally. Mr. Koschel championed efforts to collect, sort and distribute resources, including almost 50 containers of goods to 20 different countries, including Mongolia, Sierra Leone and Fiji. Mr. Cyril David Koschel. Mr. William Maxwell Lyle is recognised for service to the creative arts as a sculptor. Inspired by art books and visiting a sculpture exhibition as a teenager, Mr. Lyle has never lost his enthusiasm for creating solid objects that capture a sense of movement. As an art student, he was involved in the shaping of 6 stone soldiers that were added to Melbourne's Shrine of Remembrance. He became an art and sculpture teacher and has spent his life making captivating pieces, first with wood, concrete, marble and fiberglass, and later with metals and other materials and welding. His architectural sculptures are his interpretation of social and environmental issues and can be found across Australia and overseas. Several generations of theatregoers have seen his flowing stainless steel sculpture at the Adelaide Festival Theatre foyer. His sculptures, some small, some larger than life, have been described as metaphors for human endeavour, for the human experience. Mr. William Maxwell Lyle. Mr. Craig Ernest Scott is recognised for service to the community through a range of organisations. Recently retired from SA Police after 43 years, Mr. Scott continues to serve his community as an inclusion and social justice advocate and local football leader. Named South Australian Citizen of the Year in 2021, he is past president and life member of the Goodwood Saints Football Club, where he played a key role in establishing a female football program and a team for players with disability. His 44-year involvement with the club began as a teenager when he went to a match with a friend. Before long, he was involved with the junior teams, committees and sponsorship. He ran the Goodwood Auskick program for 20 years and provided club support for the homeless, cancer organisations and mental health education. Mr. Scott's police career included 2 decades as a training and development coordinator and volunteering as a team leader on Operation Flinders, the program for young people. Mr. Craig Ernest Scott. Dr. David Ali Squirrell is recognised for service to people with disability and to the community. After a remarkable and diverse medical career was cut short by vision and hearing loss, Dr. Squirrell turned his energy and determination to advocacy for people with disability. Dr. Squirrell felt called at a young age to a career in medicine. He went on to complete 13 tertiary degrees and worked in anaesthesia, obstetrics, paediatrics, trauma and retrievals. When a genetic condition ended his ability to practice, he began research and advocacy work as a disability representative. He is a former SA President of Blind Citizens Australia and current Vice President of Deafblind Australia. Among the issues he has raised are the dangers of bikes on footpaths and the need for more inclusive juries and challenges in dealing with agencies such as the NDIS and Centrelink. He has won changes such as tactile markers on city and suburban streets, appropriate signage and guide and service dog toilet facilities at Adelaide Airport. His advocacy has also helped provide greater independence for the vision and hearing impaired and brought attention to the discrimination they can experience. Dr. David Ali Squirrell. Mrs. Namira Aurelia Stapleton is recognised for service to the Lithuanian community of Adelaide. Since taking up piano as a child, Mrs. Stapleton has used her musical talents to cultivate Lithuanian music and culture in South Australia. She leads the Adelaide Lithuanian Community Choir and has been organist at St. Casimir Church for more than 50 years. She has coordinated events for the Lithuanian charity Caritas, taught music and language at the Lithuanian Weekend School, and volunteered at the Australian-Lithuanian Festival. Born in Germany and arriving in Adelaide as a toddler, Mrs. Stapleton was encouraged by her parents to play music. She fondly remembers parties where Lithuanian people would sing for hours and says the echoes of culture from learning folk songs remained with her. She went on to study at the Elder Conservatorium and became a music teacher. Mrs. Stapleton continues to sing and play, is arranging folk songs for more voices, and planning a trip to a festival in Lithuania for her choir this year. Mrs. Namira Aurelia Stapleton. Mr. Nicholas Simon Swingler is recognised for service to Australian rules football. Mr. Swingler is living proof that football can be a way of life and not just a hobby. He's been a trainer for the Sturt Football Club for 44 years and is now a head trainer and head of medical services. Several players have credited him with saving their lives after he picked up post-injury complications that were potentially life-threatening. While he didn't play sport as a child, he says his mother's passion for Sturt meant he had two choices on the weekend: go to the footy or stay home alone. He went and was soon a huge supporter, particularly after the club were premiers in 1974. Mr. Swingler was a health and sport teacher for 27 years while remaining committed to the club, of which he is a life member. He enjoys preparing players for training and matches, managing injuries, and mentoring trainers for the club's junior teams. He has also secured sponsorships that continue to provide revenue for the club, which he says has always come first in his life. He is proud of how his Australian Honours Award will shine a light on the responsibilities and importance of sports trainers. Mr. Nicholas Simon Swingler. Your Excellency, that concludes the presentations for this afternoon.
Well, everyone, I hope you agree with me. That was a very special investiture ceremony, wasn't it? Sometimes we think about what makes our state the sort of place that it is, and that can sometimes be a bit hard to define. But if you're going to choose any period of, how long does it be? Only 35 minutes, I think this sums up quite a lot of it. So can I ask everyone, please, once more, let's congratulate today's award recipients.
Can I ask you, if you're able, please, to be upstanding for the departure of Her Excellency and the official party. Can I please ask the recipients to remain in the room for the group photograph and invite the guests to join Her Excellency and Mr. Bunton in the drawing rooms. Thank you very much.